Okay, guys, we back with Mr. Anthony Shavers, owner of Furnitureville, and this is our elongated interview, and I appreciate you taking the time out. These are going to be different questions than our first one. So, origin story. Where did you grow up?
Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Okay. What was your family's situation? I know we talked about low income, medium income, or high income.
I was below income.
Below. Okay. What was your first hustle?
Selling.
Selling. Hey.
Yeah, selling chips, candy. Yep.
See, that's the thing that make a lot of rich people anyway. Salespeople make the most money, really. You know, unless you're already an entertainer or a football player, basketball player, the most, really, even with them, people like Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, he's a salesperson, really.
Right. They say it.
$187 billion.
Not me, though.
Yeah. So, okay. So, did you go to college or did you skip it?
I went to college.
Where?
Yeah. University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff.
Okay. What was your first big win?
My first big win was, that's a hard one. Hold on, let me think about that.
Think about it. Think about it. Are you thinking?
The first big win. First big win was starting a family.
Starting a family.
Yeah.
I like that. You're a family man.
Yeah.
Okay, and just so y'all know, yours truly, we doing this inside right now. Commissioner Dr. James. Hey, I'm looking pretty debonair today, right? So we gonna get. I'm gonna let you see me once in a while. When I'm asking questions, you need to see me. We back with the man.
I don't know about the man.
But what about your biggest failure?
I wouldn't say that there's been a biggest failure. I think there's just been a biggest learning.
Okay.
Because if I spent time looking at where I was failed, I wouldn't be able to learn from what I had done.
Absolutely.
So I think there's never been a biggest failure, just a biggest learning. And I have to ask myself, what did you learn from that particular situation?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, just so y'all can see, just take a look at his amazing furniture store here. Amazing. I mean, it has everything. Look, everything. We'll get into all that soon, but he got a lot of great stuff here. We're going to get into a tactical breakdown now. How does your business actually make money? Like, how do you make money? Like, because we know you got to pay rent here or mortgage, whatever. We know you got to pay your employees. We know you got to pay the electric bill and the water bill. So how do you make money?
We focus on selling happiness to people and not so much as a piece of furniture. Because most people, when they spend money to increase their happiness.
Right.
So a lot of times that when I'm selling or I have the worker sell, I tell them to focus on how can we solve a problem for a person? How can we help a person out? What can we do?
Right.
How can we make life sweeter? How can we make life better?
Okay.
And we don't just sell furniture. You find that piece of happiness that people are looking for in the purchase.
Right.
And that's what you look towards selling.
So what's your sales process?
Breaking the ice with people.
Okay.
Breaking the ice. When people come in the door, most stores you walk into, and the first thing they'll say is, how can I help you?
Right.
I try to use a different line. You might walk in with a husband and a wife, and I might say something like, hey, man, what you gonna buy him today? And when he hears, man, what are you gonna buy him today? You ought to see how his face lights up. And he's looking at her like, okay, what are you gonna buy me today?
I like that.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna use that. I'm using that, brother. I like that. So
it's all about having a different approach to customers and breaking the ice when they come through the door and not letting them know they're shopping in the normal places. Hey, this is a little bit different. So we're gonna come at you a little differently.
Yes, sir.
And make sure we take care of you.
So how do you acquire customers? Is it just walking in, or is there other ways as well?
No, most of it has been just walk-in customers.
Okay.
Yeah, most of it has been walk-in customers. Yeah, we've tried a few of the advertising things, but.
How do you use AI in your business, or have you gotten that far yet?
No, we're still learning the AI process.
Well, actually, I'm glad you said that because me personally, I build artificial intelligence. I create automation, meaning I know you have no idea yet, but places like Amazon, Walmart, McDonald's, places like that, they are able to use a certain type of software for customer behavior and prediction of what you like. That's the reason why they make so much money. Normally, people like me and you and under us don't have the access to that because that software costs $1 million, $400,000. But when you're talking to me, I'm a tech person, tech giant, so to speak. I built a system that does the exact same. It don't cost people thousands, it costs people hundreds with me. And
You're talking the inventory system?
No, I'm talking about customer behavior, meaning I could actually put your name in this system, put one of your social media handles. My artificial intelligence will sum you up and tell me what you like and don't like. It'll look at your life through the social media and other means. And then I can put it in my website and it'll tell me the likelihood of you spending money with me.
For real?
50% up to 90-some%. Yeah, and so I'll talk to you about that after this interview. But that's one of the things, man. I can build an avatar that looks like a real person to talk to your customers through content, but it's not a real person. And they'll say the same message depending on what you want to, like you may want to send it to people to thank them or to tell them something, and I can build something that looks like you or someone that looks just like you and talk like it's you. I can do all of that. But I can automate more than business. I can automate your personal life. I can fix it to where you upload a video to YouTube and simultaneously it can go out to people's cell phones or their emails, whatever you tell me you want. So
pinging?
Nah, I'm talking about past that, way past that. And so if you don't mind, can you pull that up again for me? Because the phone started ringing and kind of messed it up. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, with that plus a lot more, I can't wait to tell you, because you ain't got to learn it no more, because you can learn it with me, because we have a course called Elevate X, where I teach people not just branding, marketing, advertising, but how to use AI and how to use my software included with TV and radio and how to use it for yourself. See, this, what I'm doing right now, is totally free. This is something that's going on social media. Mm-hmm. But in the future, I'm going to show you I'm going to get you to where we can do a TV show, and then that's going to go on Roku, Fire TV, YouTube, and all the social media. So me and you going to talk. I know I need to keep my finger on it, so I'm going to do it this time. Mm-hmm. But
so we can do our own furniture show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're going to have that conversation. I got you. We're going to talk.
We can create a studio over there.
So let's see. So how about this? How do you invest your profits? There you go. When you make your profits, how do you invest it? Do you just make it and keep it, or do you do something with it?
We do a lot of things. We invested into the employees.
Okay.
Yeah, we help the employees out a lot, and we make sure that our employees are comfortable. First of all, because they're a key part of the operation, if not the key part of the operation. So if you ask most of them, then they're okay, and they're pretty happy. So
okay, let's get into mentorship and legacy now. What is your daily routine for somebody? Sometimes people want to know what you do every day. Sometimes they're always trying to see what business owners or entrepreneurs or even franchise owners are doing every day. Like, what does your day look like for us when you come into work? What do you do before you get here? You get here, how your day look here, but then when you go home, how does that work?
You just get up and just make sure you're here earlier. Make sure you're here earlier. Make sure you're here when the workers come through. Make sure you're here to see them.
Right.
And that's basically it. Just making sure that everything is working in the way that you want it to work that morning or that day, or before everything else starts.
So you talk about family. Mm-hmm. So what's the one thing you teach your kids about money?
Saving.
Not investing?
It is. You can invest, but when you have a commitment to saving, it's one of the greatest investments you can have. Because if you ever need money, you can just go get money from saving.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
So now this is another good question. How do you invest in underserved communities? Meaning, I have a nonprofit myself, and I know I didn't say this at first, guys, but here's another interview from MBC DevCorp, my nonprofit, along powered by the SBN, the Small Business Network. And so when we say underserved, I focus on, again, I talk to everybody, entrepreneurs, you, me, but then I sometimes focus on, when we say underserved, we're talking about low income areas, people that sometimes can't afford certain things.
When you say low income areas, when you said people can't afford certain things, are you defining a low income area and not being able to afford with a dollar figure?
No, it's more like, let me give you an example. Me personally, I was born in Kansas City, Missouri, but I was raised in Shreveport, Louisiana. Right. Even though I worked for a living, I still couldn't afford certain things because I either wasn't making enough money, so maybe that is a part of it. But let's say there was always a struggle during that young time in my teenage, late teens, maybe even 20, where we're paying bills, and this month the electricity couldn't be paid, so the lights went off for a few days, then we had to pay that. Then the next time lights was good, but the water went off a few days. Then the next time we were late on the car, they threatened to come get it. So I remember them years, but those years end up being
we all probably,
a learning experience.
Right, I'm telling you, because we've all had that experience at some point in life. But the thing about with me and being underserved is that if I'm underserved, what do I learn from being underserved?
Right.
Do I extend my wants greater than they should be?
Right.
Or do I extend my work greater than it is?
I like that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
so
sir.
when you say underserved, you go into a community that says underserved, what point do you see to replace the underserved with something else?
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? So if you're saying I'm going to go in and this community is underserved in what area? It's underserved in healthcare, right? So
Right.
you're saying they don't have access to healthcare. So you have to ask yourself, well, how do I come in and get them better healthcare?
Right.
But
also, I would also say that's why, okay, you see a lot of people always trying to go find a millionaire, billionaire, or people like us to interview about stuff. A lot of people don't go into those kind of communities where I was raised and maybe you was raised and care about interviewing people because either they're scared of the area or they're not thinking about it.
I don't think that's the case, because you got a lot of people who are willing, who really do a lot for underserved community. I think we have to ask ourselves, for us that live or so that grow in underserved communities, what do we do?
I like that.
What do we do
to get out of that situation? Or
we don't want to. And the thing about it, and that's the thing, we're so busy trying to get out of a situation instead of trying to improve the whole situation around us.
I like that.
You see what I'm saying? So if I look over here and I grow up in my community and I see that we don't have a clinic or something, if I feel that that's what's needed in my community, why can't I go figure out how to get
one there?
How to get a clinic in my community?
That,
not going to everybody, oh, they don't want to put a clinic in our community. Why can't I go figure out how to put a clinic there?
Because you can't complain, you got to just go do.
No, you have to be. If you have a problem,
right,
the greatest thing you want for a problem is a what?
A solution.
So if you got a problem, you talking about my problem all the time.
Right.
So stop talking about my problem and give me a what?
A solution.
Gotcha.
I like that.
You see what I'm saying? So when you can give me a solution, we're all good.
Right.
That's why I say when you start talking about underserved and how do you serve underserved,
right?
You ask yourself. You say you want to give a scholarship to kids in underserved. What you say is underserved communities, right?
Right.
Why not give them jobs and let them build up to a college education to help pay for it themselves?
I like that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
so
sir.
Why not because the Texas Workforce Commission has a program where they'll hire youth and people who are on welfare and people on TANF and all of that.
Right.
So you become a part of those programs,
right,
and you help build people based on that way.
See, that's why I'm interviewing you, because that way you telling me stuff that I can hear too. See, that's why I always think about, I don't know everything. That's why I try to listen, because you're saying things in a different perspective that I might have didn't think about. You're saying it in a way I didn't quite see it that way, but now I'm going to implement it in my thinking.
Be careful when you say underserved.
Right.
When you say underserved in what? Underserved how?
I guess I would feel like people don't always, the people that, not us, but people past us, over us maybe, with more opportunity, don't give the same opportunities in those certain areas. I feel through my lifetime, I hadn't, like, they tend to give another place, another person, people and places more opportunities than they would give us. And back then, you don't think about that till you get older, till you're able to look back and see what people are doing. You're like, oh, I see now. They're not going to give these same opportunities, or that kind of thinking. So that's really what I mean.
We already understood that, knew that, lived that, died that, and all that. But one thing about it is that we had to accept that.
Yes, sir.
And when you accept that, again, you have to be able to say, how do I learn from this?
Right.
What do I learn?
Yes, sir.
And then if you said they're not giving this to this community,
right,
so you go learn how you can get this to that community.
I like it.
You see what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
That's what we do. If you want to give out scholarships to students, you find students that are going to school and who need scholarship money.
That's right.
When they come and you see a student that, hey, I'm going to school, or so-and-so, I'm going to school, the University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff. Like, oh, yeah, how can I help you out?
I love that.
And then when you say, okay, yeah, so I'm going to school this fall. Hey, do you need any books? Do you need some help with your tuition?
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? You got a car that's broke down or something. So those are the things that you don't have to actually be a part of something.
Right.
Everybody wants to be a part of the big.
Right.
When it's the little small
Small stuff.
Yeah. It's if one person help one student
right.
at the university.
Yes, sir.
How many students could we help?
A lot.
If one person
right.
help one.
Right.
I have one, you have one, he has one.
The whole university.
One. You see what I'm saying?
I love what you're saying, man. This is a blessing.
So that's how we do it. That's how we do it. We like to help the individual.
Let's get into civic impact and community revitalization. How do you give back? We already did. What's your advice to city leaders trying to support entrepreneurs? I know, right? I got you thinking.
Yeah, you do, but the city leaders are trying to support entrepreneurs.
Like, what is your advice on, or what's your advice on city leaders trying to support? Meaning, are they doing enough? Are they not doing enough? You think they ought to do more, or is it just right?
That's something you'd have to come to the table and sit down, and everybody would have to find a common
ground.
Yeah,
right.
Common ground of what we want to do, how we want to do it, how we want to build this, how's it going to benefit the bigger picture.
Right.
See what I'm saying? If you can find out how we can benefit the bigger picture, it's better for everybody.
Absolutely. So let me ask this question: how can business owners partner with local government for impact? And I'm gonna have something for you. Where do you live again? In the city?
I live in Langston.
Okay, so I want you to hear me. I've even made the name legal myself, not with the city, right? A civic advisory council powered by the citizens for District 109. In the future, I'm gonna run for Texas rep, but in the meantime, that means Lancaster, DeSoto, and some of them other cities, I'm building a council for us to talk. Now, what we've already done for DeSoto, I'm talking totally separate from DeSoto. We've already met a couple times, one through Zoom, one gonna be in person, where we're talking about what they want done. I'm trying to focus on things that can be done immediately, because when you talk about building a 4-lane highway, that's gonna take years. They ain't gonna do it immediately. It might need to be done, but it won't happen but for a few years. I focus on things that can be done within a few months, like we need these potholes done on this street to that street. Okay, good, that's a good thing. And once we come up with those different items, might be the street light over here. We need, one lady said, a speed bump because there's dogs getting ran over and there's kids over there. Okay, good, that's a good one too. That can be done in months, maybe even weeks. Right. Having said that, what we're gonna do, because I know people and I have inside track, once we get this in an email, I'm gonna send it to the right person. Before the following week, we go to a council meeting, and I'm gonna have 2 or 3 or 4 of those people talk about that one thing, that one street, and we're gonna do it in an articulated, professional manner, and they'll get it done. Trust me, they'll do it, especially when it's something like that, something simple that they think is simple.
But I don't think all that necessary. Those are city services that you get anyway.
You get anyway, but they sometimes, here you go, in certain areas, I've seen this for a fact, they won't jump as fast for certain areas. I won't say what kind, but you know what I mean. There's areas they go fix immediately. There's areas that I've seen stay with potholes for years until somebody brings it up. When they bring it up, it gets fixed.
Well, that's the same thing in other areas. They brought it up, somebody came and fixed it.
Right.
We have to bring it up, somebody come and fix it.
And that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that, okay, let's say instead of going to the city hall, right?
Right.
When you're talking about fixing a street light, what department in the city controls the street light?
Gotta be, I say gotta be, I'm not sure really.
That's not Encore?
Encore, yeah.
Encore's not part of the city.
I was gonna say electricity, okay,
Encore's not part of the city.
Right.
So if you want a street light fixed, who you go to?
I can go to them.
You go to Encore.
See,
you got a pothole in the street, depending on where the street, if the street is in the city, it is a city situation.
Right.
But if it's on a freeway like 35 or exit like that, that's text dot.
Right.
So what it is that, this is what I'm saying to you, is that you have to know who to go to.
Right.
Before you put a committee together and this together and start saying, this over here is not working, this is not right. No, you as an individual that want to organize those things, you have to be the one to say, hey, okay, I already know who to go to. Okay, then
I like
if
that.
one person doesn't get it, then I say, well, now I need 20 people.
Okay.
If 20 don't get it, now I need 50 people.
I see.
You see what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
If you know where to go, again, I just go back to the Encore thing. If the street lights are out, you call the city and say, we pay Encore to fix that up. Encore the lights out. I know whenever time my electricity that go out back here, know I call?
Encore.
I call Encore.
So, but as pertains to potholes, if it's in the city,
then
you
it's
got
a
to deal
city
with
issue.
them. Okay.
But the thing about it is, what do you think what city service does the city have that fix potholes?
Well, it sounds like construction.
They have a street department.
Okay.
They got a department that handles nothing but the streets. They got a water department that handles the water and the sewer.
Right.
And the thing that we have to do is to see, and that's what I'm saying, we have to be able to know who to go to.
Got you.
Before we go running the city council with a big issue and a whole bunch of people down there yelling and city hall and not, man.
Right.
Now when you go to these departments,
right,
and after 2 or 3 months they don't fix it, then you go to city council.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, but the thing of it is to be able for us to be able to approach city government, and city government be able to approach us and say, hey, this is what we got going on. This is what we need to do in a conversation.
So, last question: how do you balance profit with purpose? Because I remember yesterday you were talking about purpose, right? How do you balance profit with purpose?
Purpose and perfect. Profit and purpose. I don't know. I think about that one.
I know, right? But take your time. Why are you thinking? I like to say, just so y'all know, this is the interview with MBC DevCorp, powered by the SBN, the Small Business Network, and everything about my guy will be on here as well. You'll see it soon. But he's finna come up with his answer. Here we go.
You first initiate or discover your purpose,
right,
and then let your purpose drive your profit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. You just get your purpose first. Once you get your purpose, you got your purpose. You say, "This is what I'm going. This is what I'm gonna do. This is how I'm gonna do it. This is what I'm gonna do with this when I get it." Then once you get that, now you got your profit because you've already lined out what your purpose is.
Yes, sir.
So when you line out your purpose, it helps you build towards your profit.
Right.
All right. Then you can take up some of those profits and move them just what you wanted to move it into, back into your purpose.
Man, thank you so much for this interview. You was high powered. Now we finna have a conversation after this. We'll see y'all in a minute. Thank you for tuning in.